Hey, this is Disney Cars Toy Club, and today we're going to be doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle video, which is going to include 6 of the Pop Television vinyl figures. That includes Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, Leonardo, Splinter, and Shredder. We're also going to be opening up the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtle Maker Activity Set, which includes 4 cans of Play-Doh, 4 turtle character molds, 6 plastic weapons, and 1 plastic sculpting knife. Now we're going to start this video off by opening up the vinyl figures. I want to see what these things look like out of the box. Let's take out Leonardo first. So here's going to be our first Pop Ninja Turtle. Now, one difference between these and the one that I showed you guys yesterday was that these are not bobbleheads, so these do not move like the Captain America one does. Let's go ahead and take that off his little his bandana right there. And I'm pretty happy with the way this one looks out of the box. I mean, the paint is in really good shape. Some of the characters, some of the Pop characters, you'll notice some of the paint will actually bleed over onto certain parts of the character, but this one actually looks really good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Let's take out Michelangelo. So here's a closer look at Michelangelo. Go ahead and set him off to the side. Let's take a closer look at Raphael. Take that little piece off his head. And his paint's a little messed up right there around his eye. If you look real close, you can see it's kind of 2 shades of red. The rest of them's in pretty good shape. It's a little, you can see a little glue or something right there. So Raphael, well, overall he's in pretty good shape. Again, these don't move in any way except for the head. You can turn the head just a little bit. Let's go ahead and take out my favorite Ninja Turtle. Here is Donatello. Go ahead and set Donatello off to the side. Let's go ahead and open up Shredder next. Let's see what Shredder looks like. And from looking at the back of the box, it looks like these are going to be all of the Ninja Turtles, at least so far. So this is the full set. So here is Shredder. He's got this cape, and you know, his head moves as well. His paint's in pretty good shape. It's a few scuff marks right there on the top. He almost looks a little bit like a silver Wolverine with the way his claws are sitting there like that. Let's go ahead and open up the final Ninja Turtle Pop character. Here is Splinter. Alright, so you know, the way he's kind of holding his cane is a little bit funny. It doesn't look like he's actually grabbing it. It just looks like he's resting his hand on it. And his paint's actually in really good shape. A little minor defect right there on his sleeve, but other than that, it's pretty nice. Here's kind of a side-by-side comparison of the two. And let's do a side-by-side comparison of a couple of my favorite Ninja Turtles. Here's Donatello and Leonardo. And then finally, let's take one last look at Raphael and Michelangelo. Here's kind of a side-by-side. So there you go. Those are the Pop vinyl figures. Now let's go ahead and get to what most of you guys probably came here to see, and that is the Turtle Maker Activity Set. Let's go ahead and start making some Play-Doh Ninja Turtles. I did pick this up from Toys R Us, so if you have a Toys R Us near you, you can hopefully find this there. And let's go ahead and see what we got in here. Looks like we got 4 cans of Softie dough. It's called Softie dough. It's not actually called Play-Doh, but we're going to make some Play-Doh Ninja Turtles. We're also going to use this Softie dough as well. So those are going to be the 4 cans and colors that you get. Now let's go ahead and see what we got in here. So it looks like this is going to be the first mold. Take a look at the next one. That's most likely going to be Donatello since it's purple. And this one's also purple. And then there is the final mold right there. And then you get this sculpting knife, which has actually two ends to it. Looks like you can use the other end as well. And then I guess this is going to be the plastic weapons. So for the weapons, it looks like we have 3 of Donatello's bows, and then we have 3 of Leonardo's swords. So that's kind of strange that it didn't come with like Sai's and Michelangelo's nunchucks, but that's what it comes with. So let's go ahead and start making our first Ninja Turtle. I'm going to start with this one right here. Let's go ahead and use this bright green Softie dough. It comes in the can just like a piece of Play-Doh does. But let's go ahead and we're going to mash some of it in there, and then let's take this other piece. We're really going to mash some Play-Doh in here, so I'm going to use a lot of force right here and just mash it. Then we're going to take the excess off here. Alright, that's about as hard as I can mash it. Now there is our first Ninja Turtle. Now I'm going to use that sculpting knife to kind of cut the edges around. So there is our first Ninja Turtle. Now of course he doesn't look like a Ninja Turtle without his bandana and the different colors on his knee pads and his arm pads and stuff. So we're gonna use a different mold, and then we're gonna use some Play-Doh to actually make a more functional looking Ninja Turtle. This mold actually looks like it's going to turn out pretty good. So let's try this mold, because I didn't really like that last Ninja Turtle. Let's try this mold that looks like Donatello. We're going to make him into Donatello one way or another. What's funny is the Ninja Turtle that I just made for you guys is actually not even shown on the front of the box. It doesn't even show that one because that one's not a very good Ninja Turtle. So we'll see what this one turns out. Hopefully this one will turn out a little better. So here's our next Ninja Turtle, and this one actually looks a little bit more like a Ninja Turtle. Now if you notice on the box right there, they actually have the brown Play-Doh where his knee pads and stuff go. So what I'm gonna attempt to do is put some brown Play-Doh on there, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how that turns out. So here's my feeble attempt at trying to make a Donatello. The problem is you have this big giant knife to sculpt these little itty bitty tiny pieces. I had to use a paper clip for his bandana eyes and his mouth. So, you know, it's really hard to work with something when it's that tiny. And while I'm working on this next Ninja Turtle, I want to show you guys one other thing that's kind of causing a little bit of a problem. This type of Play-Doh that comes in the kit, this Softie dough, it really sticks to your hands. If you see it sticking to all my fingers, it also sticks to this when you take it out. And it makes it a little difficult to actually get the Ninja Turtle out of there without breaking him or without smudging it up. So that's kind of what's causing another little issue with trying to make these. See, even just putting just a little bit of pressure to try to take him out, it's causing it to really just mess it up. So here's our next Ninja Turtle, and I did my best to cut around his body. But see, as you can see, I mean, I haven't even touched his face, and that's how his face kind of turned out. And yeah, see, that's kind of a mess. What would have made this a lot easier is if the kit had actually come with bigger molds. I mean, look at the size of my hand, and then look at this mold. I mean, the box is huge, but it comes with these little tiny molds. So there's our first dysfunctional Ninja Turtle who seems to be losing his arm right there. Let's try to make one of these with Play-Doh. I have a feeling that Play-Doh is going to work a lot better than this Softie dough that it comes with. So let's give Play-Doh a shot. So here's our first attempt at a green Play-Doh Ninja Turtle. And Again, the big difference between this and the Softie dough is the Play-Doh doesn't stick to your hand as bad. The Softie dough is kind of oily. So that's what our first Ninja Turtle is going to look like before I cut them out. So let's see if I can cut this out a little bit better with the Play-Doh. So I've cut around the edge of the first Play-Doh Ninja Turtle. Let's see if we can take him out. See, he just pops right out without too much of a problem. And of course I kind of messed up on his arm a little bit. We'll just clip that little piece off. And you know, his arms don't really come out too good, but that is more or less what you're gonna get with Play-Doh. So here's kind of a side-by-side comparison. The one on the left is the Softie dough, the one on the right is the Play-Doh. And the Play-Doh, once again, in my opinion, is much easier to work with. And you can actually kind of tell just from looking at the face actually came out pretty good with the Play-Doh Ninja Turtle. Now what I'm going to do next, because we've been having so much fun with the Playdough on the channel, let's make a Playdough Ninja Turtle. We'll see what a Playdough Ninja Turtle looks like. The funny thing is this stuff smells exactly like the Softie dough. It's got this sweet cinnamon-like smell to it. So let's go ahead and turn this into a Ninja Turtle. So here comes our Playdough Ninja Turtle. We're going to take him out. And even the Playdough comes out of the molds a lot easier than the Softie dough does. That one actually might have turned out the best out of all of the Ninja Turtles because you can actually see a lot of detail on this one. So there's kind of a side-by-side comparison of our two Play-Doh versus Playdough. So for the next Ninja Turtle, I decided let's get some more color in these things because I've been using a lot of the dark greens and the browns. So here's gonna be a Leonardo that looks like he got punched in the face. And he's got a cracked shell as well. So, you know, I don't know why their arms look like that. I mean, he almost looks like Squidward from Spongebob with the way his arms are. This is our Squidward smashed-faced Leonardo right there. So here's kind of a comparison of a green one and a blue one. So there's a closer look at the face. Alright, so there's our blue Leonardo. Let's go ahead and do a purple Donatello. Let's see what a purple one looks like. So here is our purple Ninja Turtle. As you can see, his shell came out really cool looking. So that's probably the best looking shell that I've seen so far out of one of these molds. And let's see if we can get him out of here. And he just popped right out. Now he's a little rough around the edges, but that might be the best Ninja Turtle that we've gotten out of one of these so far. This one you can actually see his teeth. So this one came out by far the best out of all the Ninja Turtles. Let's see if we can put a weapon in his hand. We'll give him his staff. We'll see if he can hold his staff. That would be incredible if this little Play-Doh character can hold a staff, but it doesn't. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So I don't know what you can do with the weapons. Maybe you can maybe we'll attack one of the other Ninja Turtles. Let's see, what's the worst looking Ninja Turtle out here? I'm gonna have to go with this Leonardo. Leonardo is gonna get hit with this this bow right here. There we go. There's Donatello's bow through Leonardo. There's what you can do with the weapons in the kit. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this other Donatello and we are going to ooze him. Here's some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ooze. This cost about 30 cents. And we are gonna ooze that Donatello back there. Let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. Here's some slimy, nasty ooze, if I can get it out. It's almost like Jello. I have a feeling this ooze was sitting in the canister for quite a while. Look at that. That doesn't even seem like ooze. This is like hardened old ooze. Alright, so I was just gonna ooze him, but he's not gonna ooze too easily, so let's just mash it all over him. So there is our very deformed, oozed Ninja Turtle for you guys. Let's try the Marvel test tube goo ooze. I have a feeling now this is going to be some serious ooze right here. So here is the upside down Incredible Hulk. We're just going to set him off to the side. This is what ooze should look like. So we're going to take some of this ooze and we're going to ooze one of the other Ninja Turtles. So here is our nice gloppy ooze. Oh man, that is some serious ooze right there. So a lot of you guys have probably never seen this contraption right here before. This is actually one of the original Ninja Turtle toys. I've had this since I was a kid. What we're going to do, we're going to pour the ooze into the top of the toilet-like contraption right here, and we're going to ooze the heck out of this Playdoh Ninja Turtle. So we're going to set the Playdoh Ninja Turtle in there. And so that he can stand up, let's place this little container behind him so that he'll hopefully stand up. And we are going to load the ooze into the top up here. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to turn the lever and we're going to drop the ooze right on our Ninja Turtle. So here it comes. And just for fun, we're going to add some more ooze. We're going to just pour the ooze all down this Ninja Turtle. Alright, so there is all of the ooze. Here comes some more. And he is falling forward from the ooze. So there is our officially oozed Playdoh Ninja Turtle. And he is very slimy and nasty. Oh man, you would not want to see that floating in the toilet. Alright, so there is our oozed Ninja Turtle. Now if you guys do like the Ninja Turtles and you want to see more of the Ninja Turtle toys, be sure to hit the like button on the video. That lets us know that you do want to see more of the toys, and we'll be happy to do more of the toys for you. This is Disney Cars Toy Club, and as always, thanks for stopping by. Well, it looks like Donatello lost his leg. Man, that is so gross. Look at that. Those are two really... That is going straight in the trash. Wow. Dude, he's so slimy. I can't even hardly hold him. Wow. He is just so gross. He's like slipping around in my hand. I mean, look. Wow. Look at this Ninja Turtle. This thing is done. Look at that. Oh man. Wow, that is some gross stuff. That is going straight in the trash.